In this video I'm going to be showing you how to build the Trample Steam on Die Rise. Trample Steam has 4 parts, each part has 2 possible spawn locations. I will show you where their actual spawn locations are in a moment, however I want to show you where the actual buildable table is before doing that, as it's in a bit of a weird area compared to most maps. There are a couple of ways that you can get down to this buildable table, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to get down there now, which means you won't have to spend a load of money on buying different doors just to get down there. So coming from the spawn room where the Olympia wall by and the lion statues are located, if you go through the first door here and come over to this area next to the zombie barrier, and if you just slowly line up on the side here and slowly edge your way over the edge, you want to do this slowly because if you edge over too much then you will fall too far and you will kill yourself. Therefore you want to edge over really slowly, and if you edge over enough then eventually you will fall onto this platform below you, and then after that you just edge off of that platform and you'll fall down to the next platform below. Once you get down to this platform you can find the buildable table just over here by the wall. So the reason I mentioned this will be easier earlier is because you can only hold one part at a time, you can't pick up multiple parts at once. So you'll be picking up one part of the Trample Steam and then bringing it down to this table, and then you'll have to go and get the others. The one thing you will have to do here though is wait for the elevators down here in order to be able to head back up. Of course if you haven't activated power to the map yet then only one elevator will actually be active, which is the one with quick revive in it. So you can then use the elevator in order to get back up to the top floor where you were earlier, where all the parts are located. I also want to point out right now that there is another thing that you can do which is called part swapping, which is where in quick succession you spam the interactive button, which will allow you to pick up 2 parts at once really quickly and place them down in front of you all the time. This means that you can move 2 parts over to the edge there really quickly in order to get 2 parts down to the buildable table area, so you can build 2 parts on at once. So the first part is the pump. You can find this in the following areas. It's coming from the spawn room where the 2 lion statues are. If you head over to the left here and up this staircase you can find it just sitting here on the floor. And the second spawn location coming from the lion statues, if you come through the doorway and head over to the left here you can see it just in front of this giant picture. Second part is the flagpole coming from the spawn where the giant lion statues are. If you just come over to the right here next to this chair next to the Olympia wall bar you can find the flag there. And the second spawn location coming from the lion statues, if you head through the doorway here and come over to the right you can find it leaning up against this railing. The next part is the metal cage. First location coming from the lion statues, if you come over to the left hand wall here you can find it leaning up against the wall just here. And then the second location coming from the lion statues, if you head through the doorway here and come over to the left and come over to the end of the wall here you can find it leaning up against the wall just there. And the final part is this metal power supply. First location coming from the lion statues in the spawn room, if you turn around and come over to this desk here you can find it just here. And then the second location coming from the lion statues, if you head through the doorway here and come all the way down around the corner here over to this hole in the wall you can find it to the left hand side in the corner just here. So once you collected all the parts and have crafted them onto the workbench you will then have crafted the Trample Steam. You can then use the Trample Steam in order to get around the map easily, so you can put it in this spot over here by the workbench, which will allow you easy access to the top of the roof really quickly. And of course this is useful for flinging zombies if you want to sit in a camp corner somewhere and just fling them out of the way, and obviously it's useful for the main Easter egg quest. If the Trample Steam takes too much damage from the zombies, either from being hit or flinging them too much, then eventually it will break. Once that happens you will need to head back to the workbench in order to replace the Trample Steam and pick up a new one. Otherwise that's all there is to this video. I hope you guys found it useful. If you need another guide to Die Rise or any other zombies map, I'll link those down in the description as well as the pinned comment. Otherwise I'll see you all in the next video.